Let's take a look at problem 1, naming angles. There are two other names for angle 1. Looking at the picture over here on the right side, here's angle 1. You can call that JMK, or you can call it KMJ. Here's angle 1, two names for that angle. Let's take a look at gadget number 1. There are two names for KML, using the picture above. Let's take a look at this picture right here. How would I name this angle, or how would I write that down? Angle A and 62 degrees. You can name it, measure angle A equals 62. So the way of naming this picture would be measure angle A equals 62. Key concept here is types of angles. We discussed this earlier in a section. I just wanted to review that with you. Acute angle, an angle less than 90 or more than 0. The right angle, 90 degrees, the symbol showing it's a 90-degree angle. An obtuse angle, an angle bigger than 90 but less than 180. This angle here, obtuse angle. And then we have the straight angle, which is 180 degrees. Let's take a look at problem 2, measuring and classifying angles. What are the measures of LKN, LKN, JKL, which is JKL, and JKN, JKN. To find that, let's take a look at LKN. LKN is right here. If you follow the line out to here, you notice that this red line goes through 145, which is where this number comes from. And it started at 0. So if you take the absolute value of those two numbers, you would get 145, which tells you that LKN is an obtuse angle. As for measure of angle JKL, J, which is 90, and this line, L, which is 145. If you take the absolute value of 90 minus 145, you'll get 55. Remembering that a negative inside the absolute value sign is squeezed out. And the last angle, JKN. JKN, this line right here goes through 90, which is where that number comes from. And the other line at 0. Subtract those two, absolute value, 90, JKN is a right angle. Let's take a look at gadget number 2 and see if we can come up with the measurements of these three angles. And then classify them acute, right, obtuse, or straight. The last thing I want to talk about is congruent angles. Congruent angles, similar to what we talked about before, congruent segments. Congruent angles are angles that are equal. For example, in this picture, angle A, shown with this symbol. Angle B, shown with this arc symbol, showing that these two angles are equal. We can say those two angles are congruent. So again, congruent angles are angles that are equal, shown by the symbol in both of these angles.